All right, what is up? In today's video, I wanted to talk about the importance of recovery, especially if your goals are something along the lines of fat loss or weight loss or building muscle, which is pretty much all of us. So in terms of recovery, the number one thing that you can do to improve your recovery is to get good and consistent sleep patterns. So sleep is the master regulator of hormones, mood, emotions. So recovery is one of the most underlooked things. And I'm going to emphasize this in our check-ins. You've probably already heard me say this, but I want you recovering your hardest. So if you're training hard, I want you recovering harder. If you give your all to your training session, I want you to give your all to your sleep habits. Sleep is the number one recovery modality that is going to be better than any Theragun that you could buy, right? Any ice bath or anything. So getting high quality sleep consistently is going to do wonders for your metabolism, for your ability to grow muscle, because muscle is not grown in the moments that you work it in the gym. Your muscle is torn apart. Your body senses, okay, there's a lot of damage here. There's a lot of trauma. So maybe we need to fix it and make it stronger. This seems like this trauma is going to keep occurring. Like, this girl's crazy. She's still going to go to the gym every day. So we need to make it stronger because she's not going to stop. Another way that we can make sure our recovery is on point outside of sleep, which you'll hear me hammer into you if you are a client of mine, is going to be fueling your sessions properly. So for most people, that means eating some form of carbohydrate. I recommend something that is usually fast digesting, that has a little bit of fructose. So fruit is an awesome option pre-workout to have a little bit of carbs, at least to fuel your sessions, and maybe a slower digesting carb as well, or adding a little bit of fats with that so that you can sustain your energy throughout your session. So making sure that you're properly fueling your sessions beforehand so you have enough energy to train. If you work with me, that's going to be a question in your check-in that says, are you eating beforehand? The answer should be yes. And then in terms of after your sessions, this is where you can really maximize making sure that you're having at least 20 grams of protein or more, making sure that you're having a fast digesting carbohydrate so that you can get into recovery mode as quickly as possible, and keeping fats usually to a minimum for most people in terms of fat loss or hypertrophy goals. Now, in terms of building muscle, for anyone looking to build muscle, the most important thing is just to focus on stress management, sleep, and getting enough protein. So if you're hitting your macros, if you're getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep, and if you have found techniques to manage your stress, whether that's meditation, therapy, yoga, journaling, then you will make progress over time as long as your intensity is there. So pushing yourself in the gym and your form is good, promise you, you will build muscle, you will progress over time. So just kind of want to talk about the importance of recovery and making sure that we're aligned in terms of what you need to be successful and how important you should take recovery, because, you know, more is not always better. We can only adapt to what we can recover from. So there's this concept, which this might blow past some people, but there's this concept that Kasim Hansen, he founded N1 Education, talks about. He has this term trainability, which is kind of the threshold in which, like, what you can recover from. So we need to always make sure that we're exceeding that threshold in terms of your recovery. So making sure that we have a stimulus and just enough, like the minimum effective dose, so that you can recover from that and come back stronger. Because if we make it too hard and we trash your body and you're not able to recover, then it's going to set us back, right? But if we push just hard enough to get the minimum effective dose, then we can always be progressing, right? Because we're able to overreach and like kind of achieve a stimulus and then recover, and then achieve a stimulus and then recover more, right? So that's the goal, is that we want to make sure that you are recovering properly so that you can make these adaptations. Because if you're not recovering, then you're not going to see the adaptations that we're trying to make. So as always, if you have any questions, feel free to leave a question in my comments on YouTube. I'll do my best to get back to you. And if you're a client of mine, you can message me anytime. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.